In the year 2000 BC, the island of Crete was a thriving anomaly. While neighboring empires fought bitter wars over land borders, the Minoans built an island society completely insulated from terrestrial conflict. This is the Palace of Knossos. Centuries before Athens was even a thought, the Minoans were constructing multi-story complexes equipped with indoor plumbing and vast interconnected courtyards. This map of the Mediterranean shows exactly how they pulled it off. Crete sits dead center, buffered by hundreds of miles of open water. That geography was their primary defense mechanism. That isolation gave them absolute control over the sea, allowing them to build a naval fleet that dominated the Aegean and establish lucrative trade routes radiating out to foreign markets. This maritime monopoly generated vast wealth, which they poured directly into their culture. We see the results in vibrant frescoes like this one, depicting a society rich enough to prioritize art, leisure, and complex religious rituals. Yet, just 70 miles north of Crete sat the island of Thera. Thera was actually the exposed peak of a massive volcano, quietly building pressure for thousands of years right on the Minoans' doorstep. The eruption of Thera initiated a cascading chain reaction that systematically dismantled the most advanced civilization on Earth. Around 1600 BC, the colossal magma chamber buried deep beneath the island of Thera finally ruptured under extreme pressure. This chart measures explosive yield on the Volcanic Explosivity Index, or VEI scale. While the eruption of Mount Vesuvius is the famous benchmark for ancient disasters, the blast at Thera was thousands of times more powerful. The immediate blast annihilated the Minoan settlement of Akrotiri on Thera itself, burying buildings, streets, and pottery under dozens of meters of ash and pumice in a matter of hours. But the real danger to Crete came from the displacement of the ocean. The collapse of the volcano's caldera forced millions of tons of water outward, generating massive tsunamis radiating rapidly to the south. These waves slammed directly into the northern coast of Crete with blunt force. Beyond the immediate human toll, the waves shattered the Minoan merchant ships and wiped out the maritime infrastructure that formed the foundation of their empire. Then came the second phase. As the tsunamis receded, immense clouds of toxic volcanic ash spread outward from the crater, darkening the sky over the Mediterranean. This ash settled heavily over Crete, blocking out the sunlight and poisoning the soil. The resulting environmental chokehold caused widespread crop failures, launching a multi-year famine that left the survivors with rapidly dwindling resources. The sea and sky, the very conduits that previously enabled Minoan wealth and insulation, had become the primary delivery systems for the destruction of their foundational infrastructure. Look closely at this map of their trade routes. Without working ships or deep-water ports, the Minoans' lucrative international network was instantly severed. The influx of foreign wealth stopped. Back on land, the ash-induced famine rapidly depleted their agricultural surplus. The population drained these massive terracotta storage jars, known as pithoi, until there was nothing left to sustain them. With their external income eliminated and internal starvation spreading, the core structures of Minoan society began to collapse. Centralized authority fractured as local populations fought over remaining scraps of food. The island itself didn't sink. Instead, the economic and structural pillars of the civilization were systematically erased, transforming a global superpower into a population fighting for survival. This systemic collapse set the stage for the final phase. Weakened by famine, politically fractured, and lacking the protective navy that once guarded their shores, the Minoans were defenseless. Within a century of the eruption, opportunistic Mycenaean Greeks from the mainland crossed the sea to invade and conquer Crete. The Mycenaeans absorbed what was left of the culture, effectively ending Minoan dominance. The scale of this catastrophe left a deep scar on the collective memory of the ancient world. Over the centuries, the true history of an advanced superpower wiped out completely by the ocean slowly morphed into legend. More than 1,000 years later, the Greek philosopher Plato wrote a dialogue describing an advanced island civilization that vanished beneath the waves in a single day and night. He called it Atlantis. Today, modern historians trace the physical evidence of the Thera eruption to the Minoan collapse, concluding that this tragedy is the true origin of the Atlantis myth. The crumbling ruins of Knossos now stand as a warning. No matter how wealthy or sophisticated a civilization becomes, its survival remains entirely dependent on the fragile natural systems surrounding it.